Hello everyone, here I am in my Wizard of Oz room. I thought this would be a better background for the intros of my Wizard of Oz dollhouse. I don't even know what episode this is. I don't know what number I'm on, but here is what I've done with my Dorothy house this week. Alright, so today we are finally going to get back on to working on Dorothy's house. And what I'm going to do is, well, it's not really working on Dorothy's house, but it is a Wizard of Oz episode where I'm going to work on something for, the Wizard of Oz. And we are actually going to take a break from the house itself, and we're going to make another character. So this is the doll that I'm going to start with, and I was originally going to make this Annie M, but I've got another one for her. So this one's going to be Miss Gulch. So I've got this little piece of fabric. I got this from the Walmart and I misplaced it. So I just went out and bought another one because I thought I would rather just go buy another one than look for the one that I've misplaced. So here's the fabric for the dress. It's just a little gray cotton fabric. And then I've got this tiny black ribbon that will be for the detail around the bottom of the dress, and then there's some detail up here on the front. And of course I'm going to cut the hair and make that like I always do with the yarn. Here's her bicycle, and the biggest thing that I'm going to do to start with is like try to give her a different face. And I'm going to use the resin. I've just got a crazy idea, and I'm going to first cut the hair off. So I've got the hair cut off, and let's just get a good look at what she looks like before I try this. Now I'm going to take that 2-part resin. That is like the worst lighting, but I think as far as you can see, that as long as you can see the profile, it's really all that matters. But I'm going to take that 2-part resin, mix a little bit up, and just completely cover the entire head to where there's just like a layer of resin on the head. And as it drips, I'm going to let that drip right where her nose is, so that as it starts to get set up, it'll get sort of gummy, and I can like take my fingers and pinch it into like make that little drip the nose. And like as it gets gummy and starts to harden up, I can shape that little drip into the nose. The face is fine. I just want her nose to be much longer, bigger. So that's my plan, is just pour it on her head, let it drip right where the nose is, hold it up like this, and then just try to shape that as it's drying. So it's basically going to be like a mask that has just been poured on her face. And I'm going to do that off camera, but hopefully that's going to work. I hope I don't tear up my little doll, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to be a very tedious thing to try to get that drip right at her nose. And then I'm going to have to just sit here holding that until it gets gummy enough to where it won't run. So I may try to film the very first bits of this and try to film some of it, but most of it I'm just going to do off camera. So anyways, the little bit that I've got in this, I've used most of it in the Willy Wonka video, but I've got just enough in the bottom of this to where I think I can get enough to cover this face. So hopefully that'll work, because I thought I could just put a nose on it, but I want it really blended. So I thought just making the entire layer just all over the entire face would be more have a smoother connection, like it would look like one solid piece. So let's just see how this goes. Okay, so I have mixed up a little bit of that in the bottom of this cup, and it might do better if like I let it sit up a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try it. Now I've protected my work surface with this aluminum foil, and I've just made sure everything's out of the way. And I'm just going to pour that on her head. And I hope this works. I mean, this is just completely, and I'm going to hold it a certain way to where it's not, going to get down on her body. All right, so you can see that much more clear, but there's a drip right at the top of her head, and that's what I'm wanting to try to get. I'm actually going to dip that down here because I missed a little spot. But I want that drip to be right on the nose instead of the back of the head. So I'm trying to get down low enough to where I can see it. I think this is like the stupidest, craziest idea. And this just looks so funny. It's just definitely going to have to get gummier, or else it's just going. All right, so let's just say blah 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 to all that I just walked you through, and check out what I have actually done. The resin was not wanting to work, so I just went and wiped it off. And then I went with the hot glue gun, and I put a little dot of hot glue on her chin and a little dot on the nose. And then I just took a razor blade and I just kind of shaped it the way I wanted it, and a little tiny pair of scissors, which I had sitting around here somewhere. But okay, I don't know where they are, but it's just a tiny pair of scissors that I just sort of trimmed it. And then to give it a nice even coat, to where it didn't just look like something glued to her chin and her nose, I did take the resin and I just put that all over the head to make it all look like one continuous, like it was actually sculpted that way. And so let's check out her little profile. I absolutely love how that looks. That is exactly what I wanted it. It kind of looks like the Wicked Witch of the West. And of course, that's okay. But it's just such a big difference. And I'll try to post that little side by side picture, like the before and after. But without going any further with this, I'm just going to stop it here. I'm just going to get this much of her done. And next time I do a video on the Wizard of Oz, it'll be finishing up this character. I'll have to paint the face because she still has like this happy little face, but I'll have to paint that so she looks more like she should. But this turned out so good. And I could have just sculpted a nose and chin on there with some kind of putty or whatever. But again, I just, you know, the resin, putting the resin on it, just hid or took away from the, it's just kind of seamless, I guess. Like you don't just see, like I said, like a chin glued to her face. So it looks real good. It's real smooth. And once I paint it, it'll just look like it was actually made that way. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe so you can see the next part of this. And I've got, I guess, 3 more Willy Wonka videos coming up the next 3 Fridays. And then we will get back to work on her. So I'll see y'all in the next video.